Oh, I want to speak about this horror movie. This horror movie that I saw. This is topic 3. This is this horror movie that I saw with my mom. I don't know if it was a horror movie. It was more like a suspense movie. It wasn't horror, but to me it's horror because I don't like horror movies. But let's just say, like, okay, there's this movie, I think it's called In the Forest. Let me see. In the Forest, it's like kind of like one of those low budget films. And at first I wasn't too sure if it was low budget, but then when I realized that I couldn't find it anywhere, literally all over Google after searching it, that it was definitely a low budget film, and also the acting was not the best. But that's what I'm getting to. The acting wasn't the best. Well, first of all, let me actually tell you what it was. It was called In the Forest. I want to tell you what it's even called before I even start talking about it. But it got released this year. The first trailer was January 20th of 2022, so this year. And it came out, it's on, you can get it on Tubi, I think you can watch it for free. Which is also probably another reason why I've never heard of it, because I've never done anything on Tubi, which I don't think most people have. But this thing, yeah, it's called In the Forest. Like, it has 3.8, you know, out of 10 rating, which is not that good, but I don't think I believe majority of the people who rate these things in the first place. I mean, I don't trust them at all. They've, you know, they rated some of the best films I love. They've rated it like very low, so I'm not gonna listen to them. The whole concept, like the writing and everything, like caught me off guard, man. I was like, damn. I was like, wait a second. I thought that was gonna happen, but then this happened, and I think at the end you kind of were like caught off guard in general, because you were like, wait a second, nothing happened at all, like in terms of like anything. I don't know what I just said. Okay, no, I mean like everything happened, but it was like, okay, obviously it's like if something were to happen and I didn't expect it, and I was like, damn, that wasn't supposed to happen. Then it happened, and then you're like, okay, great, I think I get it. But then something else later in the movie happens, and you're like, okay, wait, that completely defeat the whole purpose of what that was, and that basically just made this not true. So then what's actually true? And then this happened, and then it got worse and worse and worse, and you're like, whoa, and then you're like, what? And you're like, what's true? And then by the end of the movie I was like, I don't know if I lost brain cells or I've, you know, or it was always just been a mental stable issue I've had. But yeah, honestly, it's a little bit of everything. I was a little confused, but I also really loved it. Like, I think just the confusion and the fact that everything was changing, and you know, they did things pretty well, and some of it was unexplainable. I was like, I don't even know why that happened, but it did. And I just went with it. It was really cool. My mom liked it. My mom likes suspense. I'm not a huge fan of suspense, but also it's just because I don't know, like, especially in a low budget film, you don't know what they're showing. And I think any teenager can relate, like, oh, you know, you want to, at least some, I'm like, I want to know what they're going to show, especially if it's like a rated R movie in front of your parents. You know, you don't want like a full-on, you know what, scene like bam bam like right in front of you, and it's like, oh. And for my mom, you know, I don't know, I just find it kind of weird. Do you? Because I do.